Welcome back. You have Malagrito, Tanige, you have Razon, Montemayor, and of course, completing that 5 on the floor for Marikina, Sas Pineda. They are trailing 16 to 11. Here comes NU again to try to extend that lead. Nothing off that first try, but they do get that rebound. There's Michael Pay to go. They go to Mosqueda. Using that little bit of a screen coming from Isagaye.
They had very good ball movement right there against the 2-3 zone. And Mosqueda is one guy that I'm waiting for him to get going. I've seen a couple of games and he kind of fades off a little bit. I want to see him take some initiative and make a big impact in this game.
Oh, Gallego, what about that shot? JV Gallego now with 4 points for NU.
Foul on number 12, JV Gallego.
But commits that foul. That's his first personal. Salem checks back in. Finally, Isagaye gets some rest.
17 seconds to shoot.
Malagrito to Tanige. 12 seconds on that shot clock. They go to Sachs. Back to Malagrito on top. Tries to attack. Opens up Tanige with a fake. Draws baseline. Gets it to go.
Malagrito and Tanige, they play really well together. You see right there, they know how to pump fake, get the defense to react, and then they can attack the paint. They're just passing to each other pretty much until they get a good shot.
Experience. That is what Coach Pablo Lucas noted as their probably top advantage against a really tough NU Bulldogs.
Right, they're a different team right now than when they started the conference.
Malagrito with that steal, swiping the leather off, bringing that ball down with Tanige. But Mosqueda right there with the steal back. And here's NU. Going up against Pineda, who will be called for this foul.
Young players have to take note of this. This is something that I learned from Ron Jacobs as well as Tim Cone. Never make a one-handed pass. Right there, Malagrito, he came down to half court and tried to throw a nice little fancy one-handed pass and it got stolen. If you got two hands on it, you got a higher percentage of making that pass complete.
And look at Coach Joey Guanyo right here trying to figure out how they can get the lead back as Go splits his free throws and Kim Cinco checks back in, replacing Michael Pate.
Go is one of my favorite players on this NU team. I watched him last week and he just has a knack for the ball. Wherever the ball was, he was there. Every offensive rebound, he was getting it, and he's not really that big. It's just all about positioning.
What about that steal coming from Salem? Feeds it right straight to Gallego, who will be given 2 free throw opportunities here.
Well, Coach Pablo's going to have to figure out a way to break this press. They have like a 2-2-1 press on them, full court, and the guards of Marikina are panicking a little bit and making bad decisions.
And so they'll replace Tanige for Marikina, and they'll call up Francis Musayak, along with Billy Afable, another veteran here for the Marikina Wangs deliverers.
Munsayak is one guy that you cannot leave open. I think he hit about 4 threes on us in our first game this conference.
Hoping that he'll be providing that steady factor that Coach Pablo is looking for as they try to protect this 2-point lead here in the second quarter with still 8:07 remaining. 11 on the shot clock. Balls with Munsaya. Spots the open guy, top of the key. Nothing off of that effort. Gallego bringing that ball down against a tough defense of Kojak. They go to Cinco. 15 on that shot clock.
Good hands. That was nice. Nice way that he stopped the ball. Malagrito, he stopped the ball in the break, and that's the key. You stop the ball, you stop the break.
Sas Pineda providing a lot of help as Malagrito will be taking a breather right here. Pate checking back in this ball game. Sinining also in this battle. Nice read right there by Sas Pineda. Second time that he just placed himself in the right spot. Just couldn't complete that. And here comes NU again. Stopping and popping. That Cinco couldn't get it to drop. Rebound. Still loose. Ball still loose. In the hands of Billy Afable. He's hitting the deck just to make sure he controls that, but he's called for travel.
The number one rule when there's a loose ball, first one to the floor gets the ball. That's one thing another thing that's hard to teach. It's very instinctual, but that ball is gold. And right there, he was first to the floor. The only problem is he stood up with it, which is a travel.
Mosqueda giving it to Salem. Right there underneath, and that undergoal stab right there is good for Michael Pate.
They got the ball to Salem against that 2-3 zone at the free throw line. Anytime you do that, you penetrate the zone. They focus on him, and he's able to hit the cutter from the short corner.
Michael Pate, not a bad free throw shooter. And completes that play right here, extending or making it an 19 to 18 point advantage for Manila NU. Munsayak calling the shots against Sinining. Oh, nice play there. Just couldn't complete it by Sas Pineda.
Cinco fell asleep right there and let his man cut back door.
Coach Nick, Sas Pineda is just all over the place. He's like everywhere. He just appears everywhere, and all that effort, of course. He's burnt a lot of gas, and he's going to get some rest. And Marikina Wangs will be putting Jeromel Pascual on that floor, and the finish right there by Francis Munsayak.
Munsayak's a smart player. He's very smart. He knew exactly where they're going to pass the ball. You can't make lazy passes against these guards.
20 to 19, just a one-point ball game. Really exciting here at the Malolo Sports and Convention Center. Sinining to Salem. Mosqueda asking for it, but Salem's going to try to put it with a guy underneath to Michael Pate. And he'll troop to the line for a couple of freebies.
Salem is very effective against this 2-3 zone. He either catches it at the top of the key or he catches it right at the free throw line, breaks the defense down, and finds his open teammates.
The other Montemayor will be getting some rest, and they'll be calling up Jeff Montemayor.
Jeff is a really big guy. I stood next to him before the game, and I was kind of like intimidated.
I can hide behind him, and I'll be lost. But yeah, seriously, and he's aggressive too, so they really needed someone underneath to try to control that action in the paint, because that's where NU's been actually getting a lot of points.
Well, we're going to play them soon. I think I need to get in the weight room a little bit.
So this is very productive for you. You get to study your next opponent, and
oh yeah, it's great. You know, I just love the atmosphere. You know, guys getting opportunities, guys getting exposure. I mean, this is nationwide, global television, and you can't beat that.
Can't beat that, but Billy Afable right there against the defense of Salem, getting the better of him. 6 seconds for the Marikina Wangs deliverers to try to break this deadlock at 20 apiece. 6 seconds to go, baseline inbound. You have Labingisa trying to locate the open man. They go to Munsayak, it's a 3 if it goes. Nope.
Those guys are big down there on the boards. Nice rebound by NU.
Seriously, they take up a lot of space putting Billy Afable there, and of course Montemayor. So I don't know if NU will be able to penetrate this time. Salem asking for it. Double team, triple team, he'll try to penetrate, and he'll be called for that travel.
He's very effective in that high post. He just has to recognize when he's double or triple teamed. That means a lot of guys are open.
Marikina decides to call for a timeout. We are tied at 20. We'll be back for more of your FBA action. Welcome back to the Malolos Convention Center. I'm Patricia Bermudez. He's on alongside Coach Nick Velasco. We're tied at 20 apiece, nearing the halfway mark of this second quarter. Coach Nick, what could spell the difference for Marikina now to try to break the ice?
Well, Marikina has so many veteran guards. I think they're going to be okay right here. You see they're on this press. They're able to get their hands on the ball. They're causing deflections. You know, they're not really as fast as the NU guys, but they're a little bit more effective right now just based on experience.
For NU, you have Sinining, you have Mosqueda on the floor, and you also have Kim Cinco right there hanging out. and trying to deliver it to Mosquera, who does it off the
Gino
glass.
Mosqueda.
I like to see Mosqueda be very aggressive. You know, sometimes he disappears a little bit, and you know, you want to be involved. You don't want to be fitting in and disappearing. That's not how you're going to get noticed. You got to make things happen. You got to make plays.
Got to keep pounding at them, and now Manila NU MFT up by 2. Munsayak going to Billy Afable. 6 on the shot clock, trying to body up against the younger Salem. Couldn't get it to go. Second serving, still nothing there for the white shirts. They go to the corner, to the cutting Michael Pate. Underneath with a deuce.
Salem's got about 3 assists just from that high post area. He knows exactly where his other big man's going to cut, and he makes a perfect pass every time.
And Marikina trailing by 4 right now. They call for a quick timeout. We'll be back. Welcome back. Do follow us at FBA Connect on Twitter, and make sure that you guys also watch out for the FBA_League on Instagram. And of course, Filsports Basketball Association League. You can spot us on Facebook to make sure you guys are updated and know more about the rising stars of Philippine basketball. Of course, the FBA is the premier regional grassroots and amateur basketball league, and we're happy to have the action here at the Malolo Sports and Convention Center, where the Marikina Wangs Deliverers are trailing by 4. The NU Bulldogs, what gave them this 4-point advantage?
They put that press. You know, they put that press on them, and they're taking care of the ball. They're being aggressive against the zone. They're hitting Matt Salem at the free throw line, and he's picking that zone apart.
Let's see how the Montemayor is now on the floor for Coach Pablo Lucas, along with Munsaya, Kojak, Peregrito, and of course, one of their top players, Labing Isa, will fare against NU. Mosqueda will be called for his first personal. 14 seconds on the shot clock. Labing Isa stepping back. That's a 3. If it goes, no.
Labing Isa is not gun shy with the ball. If he gets any daylight, it goes up.
And particularly for this game, I'm sure that he's going into this game with a lot more confidence playing against his former team, knowing how they are, their characteristics, and of course their tendencies. 8 seconds on the shot clock for the white shirts. It's on Munsaya. They go to Labing Isa. Skip past to Milagrito, and that shot clock just exploded on them.
It's always fun to play against your former team. You know, you come in with a chip on your shoulder, you're playing against all your old friends and teammates, and you just want to kill them.
I like that. You just want to kill them.
That's how I always felt anyway.
Well, this is an important game for both squads. For Marikina, of course, they want to get back on the winning track. For NU, they want to protect that top spot in our team standings, having a 5-1 record, only losing to Pampanga Photons. Here's Labing Isa using his teammate Montemayor to get into position.
I like his game. I like Labing Isa. He's aggressive. He can shoot. He can drive. He hit the floater right there.
Michael Pate just underneath the umbrella of Montemayor, but there was a foul called before that action.
One thing NU can do right here, since the 2 Montemayor brothers are in together, they're not exactly the fastest big men. So I'm sure NU is really looking to speed up the pace, make these guys get up and down, see if they can run them.
Labing Isa was the one who committed that foul against Pate, who's on that free throw line. Pate averages about 13.2 points per ball game. And he's 3 of 4 from the line so far. Making that second one pretty. With 3:25 remaining, you have the MFT Bulldogs up 26-22. That battle underneath to try to gain position, but what a steal right there. Well read by Cinco, banging bodies, and
that's what you want to do right there. If you're Cinco on the break, you want to create the contact. You know, you create the contact, and he actually got the foul on Monsayak.
And Marikina's getting penalties, so Kim Cinco will be on that free throw line to try to cut down this or extend this 4-point lead.
So this game really is about youth versus experience.
See,
and,
told you.
One thing that happens with experience, you get tired. You get tired. And, maybe that's what's happening right now with Marikina. the young legs are running them a little bit.
And you know, Coach Joey Guanyo keeps sending in fresh legs, and you have now Matt Aquino replacing Salem. We haven't seen Isagaye come back since the start of the second quarter. That's going to be another threat who can run fast and make you use up your gas a lot more if you're the experienced one.
Well, that's discouraging to an experienced player. You know, I'm not going to say an old player, but an experienced player.
Season is another word.
Season. When you see all these fresh legs coming in off the scorer's table every 5 minutes, and you're still out there.
And they try to feed it to Matt Aquino, couldn't get it to go. Nice drop pass to Cinco, uses the glass for the deuce.
NU has a very, very nice zone offense. When they move the ball around and 4 or 5 guys touch the ball, they always end up with a very high percentage shot.
Biggest lead right now for NU. They try to get into the passing lane. Couple of fakes right there for Kojak, and he'll troop to the line for a bonus.
That's an experience move right there. He's not really big down there, but he's still able to get a foul and get to the free throw line.
We'll be back for more of your FBA as we have a timeout called by the Manila NU MFT Bulldogs. Stay stuck. This is your FBA.
Yes, they're very effective. They always make the right pass. At least here in the second quarter, they've been making the right pass against the zone. And you get layups. If you make the right passes, you get layups. If you're getting layups, that means you're shooting a very high percentage from the field.
And that's what Coach Joey Guanyo wants them to capitalize on. Continue to share that ball. Make sure you spot the open man, and make sure you put them on the right spot. It's definitely a challenge for Coach Joey, and he says he wants this to be a completely a team that completely shares and knows how to share, knows how to get everyone involved. As Kim Cinco right there drops another deuce.
Kim Cinco is a very effective player. When he's assertive, he's effective, and he shines.
2 minutes.
Less than 2 minutes remaining here. What a block right there by Matt Aquino. Just couldn't sustain it on the NU side.
Marikina's coming with the full court press right here. Now, if NU makes the right decisions, they can get more layups.
31-26, 13 seconds to go. Kim Cinco has been hot. He uses the glass. Couldn't get this one to drop this time. Labing Isa ahead to the big Montemayor. That looked easy.
He's got nice hands for being such a big guy, and he's able to finish that little scooping layup. Right there, Matt Aquino, you really want to take his arms out. The pass coming from half court, you don't want him to get this shot up and get the and one. It's much better. He's going to go to the line anyway. Don't let him get the basket. That's just going to come with experience for Aquino. He'll figure it out.
Or his dad can always,
Just put in some of his dad's old tapes. You might
just
see
watch
me in
him
there.
play, in the highlight reel. Getting the better also of Marlo Aquino. I'm sure there's a lot of those too.
Oh, he's got a nice jump shot right there. 15-footer. That looked really nice.
And Matt Aquino right here helps Manila NU MFT extend this 33-29 lead, which was once at 7.
Well, he's definitely got the frame. He's going to fill out, get him in the weight room, get him with some trainers. And he's got nice footwork. That defensive footwork. He closed down on Regasa and forced a turnover. It's rare to find kids that long and that tall and that young that have those basic fundamentals. So for sure we're going to see him for a long time in Philippine basketball.
Well, NU has actually sent him to train in the U.S., and that's probably one of the things that he was able to develop even further. Mosqueda on that floor, 42 seconds remaining here in this first half of action. They try to go to Salem as Aquino tries to clear the path. Nothing there for the Blue Shirts.
That was a nice play right there. They just missed the layup. Aquino set a screen.
Look at that speed on Labing Isa, putting it up! Ooh. But it's a travel called against Labing Isa.
Labing Isa is really going at them. He's attacking every chance he gets, trying to get a little bit of payback on his old team.
JV Gallego bringing that ball down. They go to Cinco against Melegrito. NU. There'll be an infraction underneath. That involved Cinco. and Jacob Lucas.
Foul number 51, Jacob Lucas, penalty. That's a Jacob Lucas first foul. Shooting 2, Kim
It's a bad
Sinko.
foul right there. Just
Ah,
puts him
yeah.
on the line with 13 seconds left. You got to understand when your team's in penalty.
And Kim Sinko will make them pay. And before we continue and see what will happen to this 13.5 seconds left, Marikina just called for a quick timeout on the floor. We will hang on. What are the things that Marikina needs to improve on? They are trailing 35-29.
Well, right now, they're in that zone defense, and they're kind of getting picked apart this whole quarter. They have a variety of zone offenses that they've been using against Marikina. And NU's just using their fresh legs. They keep sending waves and waves of players at them, and the experience factor has started to weigh a little bit heavy on Marikina. So I kind of think I might know what play they're going to run here. This diamond out of a timeout. They try to get a lob. They did it against us.
Yeah, I was going to say, they probably use that against you.
And Montemayor was able to get a wide open layup alley-oop. Let's see if they do it. Oh, no, they're going full court.
So you have the Montemayors with Jacob Lucas, Melegrito, and Labingisa on the floor for Coach Pablo Lucas. And of course, for NU, you have Kim Sinko. And the rest of them who will try to put a stop along with Salem, Michael Pate, and Chino Mosqueda. Gallego right there, yeah. They've got 5 seconds to execute, but coming from the sidelines, stepping out.
See, that's a killer right there. You have 13 seconds on the clock. You want to make sure you get the last shot. You don't want NU to have any shot at the basket. And they step on the line, turnover. Here comes NU with the shot.
Michael Pate from the outside just couldn't get it to drop, but what an exciting first half of action that we've seen right here.
Scoring is 29-35.
29-35 in favor of NU. There's a lot of highlights that we can definitely take a look at here going into that halftime break as the teams are headed to the dugout. But the Marikina NU MFT Bulldogs have been such a problem for the veterans in Marikina.
That interior passing is what's really hurting Marikina. NU, they're picking that zone apart. Salem, he's working really good with Pate, and that's a nice finish right there.
But of course, Monsayak and the rest of the veterans for the Marikina Wangs Livers are hoping that they can continue to deliver and keep this game close. It's been difficult though, with NU just throwing different things at them. Fresh legs, fresh players who are all very effective.
Marikina is going to want to get some open, easy shots. Like they need to get out on the break, get their running game going so they can get some high percentage shots.
Well, for NU, they've been sharing the ball quite a lot, and that, of course, is one of the game plans for Coach Joey Guanyo. And we'll have more of the Manila NU MFT Bulldogs, who are leading 35-29 against Marikina when we come back.